All right, so if we FOIL on these, your first term gives us x squared, outside negative 4x, inside plus 3x, last negative 12. Combine like terms, negative 4 plus negative 4x plus 3x gives us x squared minus x minus 12. Okay, let's go again. First is going to give us 2y squared, outside negative 12y, inside negative 5y, and outside is a positive 30. Combine like terms, make sure we take that sign in front. 2y squared minus 17y plus 30. Method 2. If you preferred the distributive property, that is fine. I'm going to highlight to show how I'm actually distributing this across. If you like the FOIL method, that's okay also. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this 2x, and I'm going to highlight plus 3. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my 2x, actually I'm going to use a blue pen here. I'm going to take 2x and I'm going to multiply it by this entire parentheses. Now since this is a positive 3, I'm going to write plus 3 times the second set of parentheses, or the second binomial. Now we're just going to distribute. 2x times x gives us 2x squared. 2x times 5, because remember we're distributing just like we've always learned how to do. 2x times 5 is plus 10x. 3 times x is plus 3x. And 3 times 5 plus 15. Now we're going to combine like terms. So we just combine our x terms. And we get 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. But you would have get the same answer if you FOILed. Okay. So let's do it again. This is where you have to watch. I did one with subtraction because I want you to understand this sign in front. It's very important that it goes with the number that it belongs to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with my x, and I'm going to multiply it by my second binomial. Now up here, I said plus 3 because this was a plus 3 in the parentheses. Down here, I'm going to write minus 2 times the second binomial. Please make sure you're following that sign. If you don't follow that sign, it's going to mess up. So we have x times 3x is going to give us 3x squared. X times 4 gives us 4x. Negative 2 times 3x gives us a negative 6x. And negative 2 times 4 gives us a negative 8. So now we're going to combine like terms. And we get 3x squared. 4x minus 6x is minus 2x minus 8. All right. So now what do we do when we have a binomial times a trinomial? You cannot FOIL unless it's a binomial times a binomial, because that's the only way you're going to get first, outside, inside, last. You cannot do it with a trinomial because we have 3 terms in here, and FOIL doesn't include that center term. So you must use the distributive property. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my binomial on the outside. The reason I do that is because it's easier. I mean, if you want to make it 3 these times that, it doesn't matter. I always just start with what's ever first, and I distribute it across. So I'm going to write out my 6x times 2x squared minus 3x minus 5, close parentheses. And that's my yellow. Distributing that to that trinomial. And then we are going to add, because it's plus 5, times 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. And I'm going to distribute positive 5 across. So remember, you must distribute to each individual term. So 6x times 2x squared gives us 12x cubed, because it's the little 1 right here, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So now you have 6x times negative 3x gives us a negative 18x squared. And 6x times negative 5 gives us negative 30x. 5 times 2x squared gives us a plus 10x squared. 5 times negative 3x gives us a 15x. And 5 times negative 5 gives us a negative 25. Now, there's a lot of terms on this one, so you have to be careful when you're combining like terms. Remember, class, it is the variable and the exponent have to match. The variable and the exponent have to match, okay? So right here, I have an x cubed. I do not see another x cubed in here. Okay, so I'm going to go with my x squared. There's an x squared, and there's an x squared. Remember, always include the sign in front. Okay, so then I have an x term and an x term. And then I just have my lonely constant. So I'll put a little harder on it. Okay, so I'm going to combine my orange, my greens, my pinks, and my blues. That's combining our like terms. So I have 12x cubed, negative 18 plus 10 gives me a negative 8x squared. And then I have negative 30x minus 15x, which is a minus 45x. And then I just bring down my 25. So it looks like a long problem. Once you get the process down, it actually doesn't take that long at all. All right. Now I have a trinomial times a trinomial. You must, once again, we're just going to have to break this out. Remember, sign in front. That is one of the most common mistakes, is people not remember to take in the correct sign with the number. All right. So here we go. We're going to take 2y squared times our second trinomial. 3y squared minus 5y plus 2. And that is my pink term. Now I'm going to have plus 3y times 3y squared minus 5y plus 2. It's my yellow term that I'm going to distribute. Minus 1 times 3y squared minus 5y plus 2. And that's my orange term. Okay, here we go. We're just going to distribute. So 2y squared times 3y squared gives us 6y to the fourth. 2y squared times negative 5y gives us negative 10y cubed, because I have 2 and a 1. Gives us, we have the cubed on y. And 2y squared times 2 is 4y squared. Okay. Now we're going to distribute the 3y to these three terms. 3y times 3y squared is going to give us 9y cubed. 3y times negative 5y is negative 15y squared. And 3y times 2 is a positive 6y. Okay, got that one done. And now let's distribute negative 1 to all three terms. Negative 1 times 3y is negative 3y squared. Negative 1 times negative 5 is a positive 5y. And negative 1 times 2 is now a negative 2. Combine like terms. Y to the fourth. There is not another y that has an exponent of 4 on it. So now I'm going to look for my cube. I have negative 10y cubed. I have a positive 9y cubed. And that is it on that one. So we're going to look at y squareds. I have a positive 4y squared minus 15y squared minus 3y squared. And now we're going to do our y's. So we have a positive 6y and a 5y. And then we have our lonely constant down here at the end. So I'm just going to highlight that one. Now, you want to combine your oranges, your blues, your greens, your pinks, your yellows. Okay? So, we don't have another 6y to the fourth, so that's what we start with. 6y to the fourth. And if you want to in a long problem like this, y'all, you can mark it off. Okay, so I'm done with that one. So now let's go to our orange. Negative 10y cubed plus 9y cubed gives us negative y cubed. So I'm going to cross those off. Now I have 4y squared minus 15y squared gives us negative, So what does 4 minus 15? Okay. Negative 11y squared. So I'm going to mark those off. And now I have 6y plus 5y is plus 11y. Oh, look, messed up right here. On this blue, I have another blue here. So I had 4 minus 15, which was negative 11, and then we minus 3 more. So it's negative 14. See, it's good to mark them off. All right. Now, we just end with our negative 2. So that trinomial times trinomial would actually be 6y to the fourth minus y cubed minus 14y squared plus 11y minus 11, or minus 2.